Okay, if you ever feel uncomfortable when you're with someone and talking to them, like if you're standing there and while they're speaking the entire time you feel like you're in this little like internal, like it feels so chaotic and frenetic and uncomfortable, and you're having a hard time just like relaxing and listening to them as deeply as you could be. I recommend trying this. This one thing for me completely shifts this paradigm, right? Or this, this situation. It's like different paradigms, right? So what I've noticed when I am in the uncomfortable one and I'm sitting there talking to somebody and they're speaking and I am uncomfortable and I feel internally like I have this like just really kind of chaotic, just not able to track it. It's like what I'm doing is I am, it's not like thoughts that are going on, but the focus is on myself, obviously, and my discomfort, right? And then it's just a whole tailspin there. Um, so when I shift and go into putting 100% focus on them with curiosity, for me, curiosity was the key. Then it changes it completely. Then I don't have time to think about myself. I don't have time to worry or focus on the discomfort. I can just get really curious with whatever this person is speaking to. And if I am going into it with full curiosity, it then gives me an opportunity to be way more honest, and then it opens up a way more connected conversation, right? Like I'll give you an example. Like if they're speaking to something and I get curious about it, and then I could be like, oh no, I've never heard of that thing. Tell me more. Like what is that thing? If they're excited about it, like, oh, what excites you about it? Just like genuinely, like this isn't supposed to be some kind of like, I don't know, like hack to pretend better or whatever. This isn't the case at all. This really is so you can feel more connected to yourself, feel more relaxed and safe in the conversation, and then connect deeper with others. Right. So then when you're like, be honest about it. If something doesn't genuinely, if you're not curious about the one thing, like don't dive into that topic. If you're curious about something else, but like that's why I mean going into it with curiosity opens up so many more doors. So it is just such a different state to be in, being able to be curious and focus on that. And because then you also don't really need to interject yourself and insert yourself. I think that's the word. I don't think interject, whatever. Insert yourself into the conversation as much. Like in my experience, like it doesn't matter. Like I don't need to. And then if there is a connecting point, right? If you get to somewhere where there is a natural thing where like they say and share, where it, like there's something with you that it brings up naturally, and then you can connect over that. Great, but then you don't need to like, by doing so, you can just find out more about this person, understand more about them, get more curious about them, and people are mysteries, man, and it's so cool. Like it never ceases to amaze me how unique and incredible each person is, and especially if you can just get under that surface just a little bit, and not everyone's going to want to, and those kind of situations you're probably not even going to really be in anyway. These are more for the situations like you just find yourself where someone is speaking to you and you're uncomfortable or whatever. Like not an uncomfortable is the wrong word. It's just like, but it's the right word. It's also the right word because you're sitting there and you're uncomfortable. But the discomfort I'm speaking to in these types of situations is the discomfort that stems from me. Like sometimes it's almost like brushing off. Like I don't want to be in this conversation, right? Like nothing about what they're talking about right now like excites me. Like I don't like, like I don't care about it. Like this person just walked up to me at the gym and they're talking to me about a sports team. Like I don't give a fuck at all. But if I get curious about why they're excited about it and just more into the conversation and find those nuances, like find those little access points of things and just like, oh, why about this? Oh, what about this? And why do you like that? What is this and why that and how did that come to, just like genuine, like I said, just being open to being genuinely curious, and it opens up so many more things. And then it's not about the surface topic anymore. Then you're starting to connect at a deeper level, and that feels good. And then that feels more relaxed, and it feels more open and more, safe. And that's the whole point of this whole thing, right? Is just to be able to feel more relaxed, grounded, safe, connected to yourself and the environment and to others. That's really the point. It's not, like I said, it's not for any other reasons. Like, it's not so like people will like you all, who gives a shit? Like, none of that matters. It's just so you feel good. You know what I mean? Like, you want to feel good internally. It doesn't feel good when you're stuck in these situations or conversations or whatever. Like, I have been many times in my life where I was sitting there just, just uncomfortable. And then in doing so too, when you find these, it's way easier to figure out where your natural, like, stopping point for the conversation is or whatever. Because there's one thing to know your boundaries, right? And to know, like, hey, like, I don't want to be talking right now. That's one thing, and that's okay. And on your boundary, like, if I don't feel like having a conversation, if, like, there's something, and you feel that boundary, that's one thing, and you stop the conversation, whatever. But there's another thing which I have done so many times in my life, which was avoid, because I was an avoider, big time, big avoidant, and I would avoid and then brush off conversations or leave them or just whatever, end them quickly, just because I didn't want to be in the discomfort, right? And that's still something I'm working through, in ways, just because, like, I just prefer, like, I like being with me. I like being with me a lot. So usually, if it's not people that I feel incredible with right off the bat, I usually am just like, I'm good, you know, and that's okay too. I mean, it's in my own, like, learning pattern in this, like, which, like I said, which are, like, true boundaries right now, like, which is like, do I want to have this conversation? Do I not? And other boundaries elsewhere, obviously, or am I avoiding it because, like, I just, am worried about that normal pattern coming up of where I'm uncomfortable. But the being curious is an antidote to this. It is. It absolutely is. So it really helps. It helps me a ton, and it's helped me a ton. So I, want to share this, and yeah, if anyone relates, let me know.